5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, what's up? It's the How Do You Love Me podcast, better known as HDYLM. I'm Q.
And I'm Trey.
And in today's episode, we have a fun one for you.
Yeah.
So researchers found that while women were generally not attracted to their male friends and saw the relationship as strictly platonic, the men usually had romantic feelings for their lady friends. Yeah, I felt that one. Anyways, think about all the romantic comedies you watched. When a single male and female are best friends, one of them eventually shows signs of being attracted to one another. Okay, or both. So the question that we're posing today is, can men and women just be friends? Get ready, y'all.
Coming up. Hey. I didn't get to do that at the beginning.
I know, because I put you on mute.
I had to do it now.
Yes. So Trey, how full is your cup this week?
My cup is it's still pretty full, you know, coming right off of Thanksgiving, you know, thankful. So yeah, I'm at a 97% this week.
Oh, really? That's good. I'm glad.
You know, no big deal.
Well, I'm at 91. Let me just say, I'm back from Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
My feet hurt. Okay. I don't know.
She's trying to get fancy at work.
We've been. Well, the difference is it's getting cold now. So
True
the
that.
clothes that you wear are different. And
This
not that
is
I'm
true.
dressing up or anything, but I just happened to put on some like little booties for the past 2 days. And they kind of got like a little heel, you know, not much support or whatever. My feet hurt so bad. Okay.
You weren't running around behind them kids.
Man, because they be like,
booties.
Miss Scott, what you mean you got to have? I'm like, girl, I can't tell y'all my feet hurt. Although I did have a headache. But anyways, I'm on 91%. And that's why, because I'm just tired. Apparently, after you turn 25, you really do need to start taking care of your feet like my granny told me to.
Listen, I learned that for a long time. Feet are extremely important.
Yeah.
Like, woo.
Yeah, my granny said you only got one pair, so make sure that you take care of them.
I like that, Granny.
Yeah.
Because that's real.
Yeah. So my feet hurt. I came home today. I was like, Trey, I gotta give me some insoles or something.
Yeah, and that probably will like make everything go away, I'm sure.
Yeah. Without having to break the bank and buy a new pair of shoes for everything. I feel like eventually I will have to get a pair. I didn't realize I was gonna be standing on my feet this much, you know. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
I earned my paycheck.
you live and learn. You live and learn.
Yes. All right. So today in today's episode, sorry y'all, we are gonna switch it up a little bit. Normally we do our questions from our inner circle at the end of the episode, but sometimes they're just so good. I just feel like we should put them at the beginning, just in case you cut it off before we get there. So we're gonna switch it up. Trey, can you read our question from our inner circle?
I'm gonna read a question from the H Squad, aka the inner circle. So this first question, it says, or first letter.
Yeah.
Let's go with it. I do not like my fiance's best friend's wife. Well, that's a lot. I get along with the best friend quite well, but whenever his wife is around, she just seems really childish and says a lot of things that rub me the wrong way. Since most of his other best friends also have girlfriends or wives, we all tend to hang out together. We also have frequent girls' trips and weekends together. I really would like to just stop talking to this girl altogether, but I know this will cause drama amongst the group. My question: should I just put up with her for the sake of my fiance and our friend group, or just let the drama ensue? I mean, That's
I feel like this happens in every group of girls.
Oh, really?
Or like, I feel like it doesn't matter where you are. You're going to find yourself running into something like this when you're with a group of girls.
Yeah. That,
I can't stand it. Because I mean, like, you could be doing what, like, you know, you just riding along with your friends. You're having a good time. Y'all vibing. And then here come that new one. You know? In my experience, it was a new coworker.
Maybe it's that right there.
I know.
See how that voice changed when you said, here come that new one? That means you already didn't want the new one.
No, I didn't know. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Like, when I look back.
Yeah.
That's
new
how
person, it happens.
Yeah, because they come in and they don't know. And so they just do things their own way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, people, everyone wants to be liked.
Yes.
And that's the main thing. So, it's probably nerves.
I'm just curious what she's saying.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, right?
What is she saying?
Is it really that bad? Maybe it is.
Because it's like, I mean, maybe, because you know, like sometimes how like you have inside jokes. Maybe we have inside jokes, but like if I was to take one of those inside jokes and tell it to somebody on the outside, they'd be like,
what?
Yeah, like that's rude.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? So like maybe in the group that she's normally in or the people that she's normally around, what she's saying is appropriate, and with y'all it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the worst part about this is that it's her soon to be husband's best friend's wife. Right. So like y'all gonna always be
yes.
I mean, and even if it's not always, it's gonna be a lot.
Right.
So that's like the one person out of the whole group that you probably should be getting along with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's tough. I would challenge her to try and go out her way to find some similarities. And then try and build it up from there. You know, you don't like
be nervous.
You don't like everything about everybody, but yeah, that was my main thing. Like maybe she's nervous,
right?
And some people are quirky like that when they're nervous. You know, like they mess everything up,
right?
Or they say everything they say is wrong. Everything they do is bad and trash.
Yeah. So, I ain't gonna lie, my mouth get to running a little bit whenever I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
Trey told me that multiple times. Not necessarily in those words, but yeah.
And it's you just have to realize that maybe, and then don't say that next time, girl. But that's after y'all build that relationship up.
See, that's what I was gonna say too. Like maybe you should tell her, but not in a like you need to shut that down.
No.
More of like a hey, I
good.
just want to make sure that you understand I feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like you have to approach it in a certain way, because if not, then you'll come off as rude, and then you'll just shut the whole relationship down. Mm-hmm. Because what you want to happen is to be able to include her in these trips, and also your husband or fiance continue to have a relationship with his best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like you want this to continue. You don't want to stop a relationship.
Right. No, that's for real. That's for real.
So I just say do the best you can to talk to her, because y'all grown. I mean, it's hard. We don't always like everybody, but you do have to be cordial. So do it in a way that works for everybody. Unless you're over there just stirring the pot like real bad.
Yeah, then that's when you let your husband know or your fiance know why you don't want to go this time.
Right.
Or maybe he can relay the message to the best friend, and then the best friend can be like, hey, chill.
Right.
You gonna mess up. But she'll receive it different coming from him, maybe than you if you send it the wrong way.
Right. So, or if she hear it through the grapevine that you don't like her,
that's real
and
bad.
Don't want her going on the trip.
Yeah, that definitely is not good.
Don't do that. All right, so the next one says, I got a promotion last week at work, and my manager asked if my husband was proud of me yesterday. I thought that was a weird question because growing up, and even until now, I never heard anyone say that they were proud of me. But it kept me up all night. Anyways, my husband of 3 years did not say or show me he was proud of me. Instead, he spent all night researching extended family members. Mind you, he has a big family already that he has a great relationship with. My question, am I wrong for being in my feelings because he did not acknowledge my new position or ask how it's going?
I'm not gonna say. Or you want me to start? Is that why you look at me like that? I'm not gonna say she's wrong, but is that something that y'all do? Like, do you do that with him? Mm-hmm. Like, all I'm saying is, if these are new fit, like, if this is a new thing that you're just now trying to try, and yeah, you see if he did it and he didn't. Well, y'all don't do that. So, right. I'm not saying you shouldn't expect it, but I'm also not saying that you should. Like,
yeah. Well, okay. So let me just tell you from experience. I am like her. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that Trey's not like he doesn't want to celebrate, but he goes off of what we've done in the past. You know, we like a couple years ago, was that like 4 or 5 years ago? Like for my birthday, we just kind of like, and that's just normal in his family and in general. For your birthday, you go out to eat. Maybe you get one gift. We celebrate your birthday. That was good, right? That's the way we celebrate. Mm-hmm. In my family, we did the same thing, but it was kind of like an ongoing thing. So it's like, but it's my birthday, and it was like all week. Yeah, like out to eat all week, buying something every day. You know, even if it was just something little. But then when I got married to Trey, I won't say that he said we don't do that, but it was just like I'm coming into an environment where it just does not happen. And so I just, it took a while, but I just had to realize that's not something that he's comfortable doing and we haven't done. But eventually I just had to let him know, like, hey, for my birthday, I would like blah, blah, blah. Or, this kind of a celebration.
Yeah.
And ever since then.
But it's what she said.
Right.
When I let him know.
Right.
Why did she have to let me know? Because that wasn't like, we didn't come into this marriage with billions, buku stacks. And I was just whining down her before we even got married. Like, yeah, I'm going to take you to the Keys for your birthday. No.
I could have went to Corpus Christi.
No. Probably. Probably not. But what I'm saying is, like, we weren't doing that prior. So, and then my previous experience from my family, it wasn't like that as well. So you got to let him know. Like, you got to let people know in those situations. Yeah. And so, like I said, for that, that's new. And I understand where you're coming from as far as that. What that boss did was opened up maybe something that you didn't know that you needed or wanted.
Yeah.
But then that message has to be relayed. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't just expect it if that's not the, not what happens.
Right. Then another thing
which happens a lot in a lot of relationships.
That's what I was just about to say. I noticed, I don't know if it's just you, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to share it anyway. Trey does not get the subliminal messages, the hints, unless it's like verbal, like legit, direct, verbal hints.
Yeah, I don't play those games.
No, he doesn't get it. And so maybe
say it how you want.
But I'm just saying,
I don't play those games. So like, I guess I don't know if you call it literalist. Yeah, I don't know if that's real. Like that. But I like, if that's what you mean what you say. Mm-hmm. And so I don't beat around the bush with me, because I'm not going to do it with you on anything. So just tell me. So yeah, as far as me, I don't know. Maybe some dudes, they catch all the hints, and it is what it is. But
it's not that he's not trying to. No, it's just that he's not wired that way. No,
I don't.
He's not wired that way.
Tell me.
I gotta tell him. I figured it out. I understand now. So maybe you have to tell your husband too. Like, cut him some slack this first time. Yeah, you're gonna be mad, but just realize, like, from this point moving forward, husband, I would really love it if XYZ.
Booyah.
Yeah.
And I think that would help it out. That would help out.
Because it's not worth being super upset over. I mean, you could be, but it's not worth,
And then, never mind. That's getting,
What?
Like, what kind of promotion was it? like, you know what I mean?
Terrible.
Like, was it huge? Anyway.
A promotion is a promotion.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, like, that's why I didn't want to get into it, because that can also go down some roads, right? Like, what's huge to you might not be huge to him.
Don't even go there. I don't care if I went from office assistant to the manager, office manager.
Right.
I
agree.
I understand I'm still in the office.
But if I know your goals and your future plans, and that's to own the business, like that kind of business, then I'll be like, oh, that's an amazing stepping stone. But I know that that's not that's not what you're trying to stop at or whatever. Yeah. So again, it could be different. But either way,
yeah.
I mean, not tripping.
All right. So,
but real quick, if you haven't already checked out the YouTube channel, what are you waiting on? These episodes you're listening to, including this one, have videos. So if you like seeing people's faces, go ahead and head over to YouTube and watch the episodes there. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe and share it with somebody.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
we are going to transition to the topic for the day. All right. So put Trey out there for a minute. A couple months ago, I noticed there was a change in Trey's attitude. It was only like a few days or something. You know what I mean? He was a little snippy. Well, catching a little attitude. I was like, this ain't Trey. This ain't Trey. But anyways, he's typically a pretty nonchalant man, and most things just don't bother him. Okay, so the fact that like I couldn't even like laugh with him and stuff. I mean, he was just in a bad mood. Okay. I mean, I would just be like cracking little corny jokes and stuff, and stone faced, nothing.
I ain't having it.
Yeah, he seemed very irritable, and so I asked him what the problem was. I was like, "What's going on? Am I getting on your nerves? What's going on?" And he mentioned that somehow, I mean, it was a long conversation. This wasn't the only thing, but it ended up coming out after about 10, 15-minute conversation that I kept referencing a male friend's name. And it wasn't just like one time. And I had to think about it for a while. I said it quite a bit around that time. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, Trey knows this guy. And honestly, our conversations were so respectful and simple. Okay. I was, however, saying his name around the house quite a bit. Okay. It was like every few days, I'm like, such and so, or whatever. So second of all the guys for me to flirt with, this one was not him. Okay.
Why are you looking at me?
So you look at that stone face again.
No, anyways, I'm listening.
Of all the guys for me to flirt with, he was not the one. Okay. If I was going to be flirting with somebody, he would not look like him. He would not be like him. Third, I thought it was kind of cute to see him jealous, I'll never get to see it. It'd only be me.
Well, I got a rude awakening for you in a second. Keep it going.
Anyways, whatever it was, I knew I needed to cut it out. So basically, most of our conversations were over social media. I would just, post a meme every now and again. He would reply, ha, 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 LOL, whatever. We would, joke. He'd probably say something about the past. Like, man, y'all remember, used to do blah, blah, blah like that. So we used to be friends. But, Trey had enough. Okay. So my question today is, can men and women just be friends? Like, really? Can they really just be friends?
Interesting question.
Yeah. So in most cases, I feel that there's sexual tension that's always there. I don't care. I feel like it's always there. As a child, or as a kid, I'll say, I made male friends. I had guy friends or whatever. Not very many, because I was in school. I mean, you just didn't have a choice. I mean, you just made friends with the people you sat next to, people you rode the bus with, people that just did the same kind of thing you did. My brother had friends. They would come over. I mean, I would call them friends, even though they were just people I saw in the hallway going to the bathroom. It was just friends. Now that I'm an adult, though, the only people that I feel approach me are men that are trying to shoot their shot. Okay? Don't nobody be coming up to me trying to be my real friend. At least not no man. Okay? Once I turn them down or they realize there's no chance with me, they settle for being just my friend, right? It makes sense. But this whole situation doesn't happen often. Normally it's like some old sugar daddy at the, gas station or whatever trying to snatch me up. But I ain't never nobody my age. So What do you think?
Interesting.
Do you think there's always sexual tension there?
No, I don't. Because I don't know. When you say always, then that would imply everybody. And I find it hard to believe that every single male and female have that kind of tension in every time you interact with somebody new. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that. Yeah. But I mean, everybody thinks their own way. And just to go back to her story, y'all, it was not about the guy.
Yes, I said that.
So
I said that.
Oh, okay. I was like kind of capping a little bit.
I ain't capping. This was the highlight of the situation. So because once we got that finished, you was like,
well, no, here's the thing. Everyone was knowing stuff before me. Right? And so, yes, that was a highlight because the particular incident, the dude knew about what we were supposed to do before me. And I'm like, okay, this is just now everybody, including him.
Now I remember.
Knows about before me. It's all that it really wasn't like I'm not really that kind of guy anyway. Yeah. And so he's a great friend for both of us. But it was just okay. Yes, I was hearing it a lot, but the main thing was
I forgot that
was the main thing.
Yeah.
So
basically, there was something that we wanted to do, or I wanted to do. Me and his mom wanted to do. I found the place, and in the meantime, I had posted something on social media. He had commented back, was like, "Oh man, how cool! Whatever, I'd like to do that too." And so I told him, I was like, yeah, man, that's where it's at, man. We're going to do it this time, maybe, this day. He was like, hit me up. Let me know. I'd love to come out and do that with y'all. Well, in the meantime, I didn't call his mama and told her. And, then basically tried to set the day. And then when I got home, time kept going. It wasn't on my mind anymore. I was so excited. I think I actually went to the store, too.
After you came home?
Yeah, I came home. Then I left to go to the store and everything. And then when I came back, I think it was that night or maybe even the next night. And I was like, yeah, so, Tuesday at 5:00, we're going to go do such and so and so. This one's coming. He's coming. Mama coming, whatever. He was like, wait. So that's where it all came.
Yeah, because I'm like, you had literally left to go and I guess scope out the place.
Yeah.
So then between that, the place is like nowhere from the house. So I'm like, now, how do these people know before me?
Right.
Golly.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that wasn't the only time. And so that's why I was mad. It always happened at that moment.
But anyways, I just get really excited. Right. I really do. I get really excited when, I want to do something. And so I jump on it and I start telling folks. Trey works from home. And so he was at home. So, and working. So, I didn't want to bother him. But anyways, I don't mind.
I was off by that time. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't mind Trey having female friends. Of course, I don't mind him having male friends. I don't mind him having female friends, but I have some conditions. What is you doing?
I was looking for the remote. I don't know where the remote is.
Again, I don't mind Trey having female friends, but I have some conditions. Now, number one, she has to be our friend. She can't just be your friend. Now, I say this because I can be jealous. And I know it's because I have a good man. So, we are a package deal. And if you don't speak to me, you can't speak to him. Okay? Now, I don't mean if I come in the room and you don't see me and you don't talk to me. I'm talking about if you blatantly don't like me and you don't, speak to me, you don't talk to me, you don't acknowledge my existence, then you can't be his friend. So if you're going to be his friend, you got to be our friend.
That's not bad.
Okay, good. I'm glad you feel that way.
I don't have people like that in my life.
I know you don't.
So, anyone who I would consider a friend would, I'm pretty sure, love to be with you.
I hope so.
I mean, have you ever experienced that? No.
I don't know.
The answer is no.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
No, I only said that just to say, like,
yeah,
that's never happened.
Not that I know, but I'm just saying that's my condition. Like, she can be, y'all can be friends as long as.
I mean, I think that would be anyone though. Like, I mean, I feel bad for someone who does have that situation. Probably it sounds similar to that.
That lady,
I probably shouldn't say that.
I mean, but for real though,
but
like,
yeah, I mean, that's. I don't know. I don't want people like that around me in general. Like, she knows that. I don't like. I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but I'm not a fan of people who say that they don't like people. Like that.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I know because that just.
Yeah. Even people I don't like, I still tolerate.
That's that's what I'm getting at. Like, for someone that don't like people. And like you can't even be around people that you don't know or something like that. I don't know. That's just, oh man, I feel bad.
Yeah,
I feel bad.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know that somebody don't like you.
I mean, I wouldn't want to know that either. The sad, unfortunate thing is someone probably does.
Man, I can't stand Trey.
Doesn't.
So when you come over here, make sure you don't bring him.
Yeah, that's bad.
That'd be Trey. I mean, I wouldn't even be friends with him anymore. I'd be like, no, man, we a package deal. So if you don't like him, I'm a part of him. We basically the same.
But now you see what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it, and I mean, that would be the same for me too. But I wouldn't have anybody like that around.
Yeah, exactly. So he already know because I don't know. I'll be all up in the mix. But anyways, another condition that I have is that she has to be in a happy relationship. Because I don't need her leaning on Trey for anything. Okay, I don't care if your tire popped. I don't care if you can't pay your rent. I don't care if I ain't gonna say I don't care if somebody. Well, I'm just saying I don't want to hear none of that. Okay, you can't call up on Trey. You need to call on your own man. I know that sounds harsh, but I don't need you calling him up in the middle of the night talking about, somebody came and broke in or whatever.
That's real.
No.
That is real.
No. Where your man at? Or your friends? Call him up. Okay? So, I need you to be in a happy relationship, whoever you are. Okay? Because, yeah. You can't, he not no shoulder to lean on for you. He my shoulder. Good shoulder. That's a good shoulder.
Yeah, good broad shoulder.
Trey, what do you think?
I said yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, here's the thing. I mean, so far, I think that would be good for relationships in general. You know what I mean? Like people who are married in general. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be leaning on you. No.
I don't like to be leaned on anyway.
Well, that's but you know what I mean. Literally or.
But I'm just saying, I don't like to be leaned on anyway.
Yeah.
Not hard. I mean, like, share, but I don't.
Yeah. Like, it should be, I don't even know. But, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
Oh, were those the only two?
No, I just don't personally trust that that whole we're just friends mess, because that's how my mama and daddy broke up. You know what I mean? Like, when I think about this stuff, I'm sure, like, if you listen, you probably like, Q, you've been a little too, serious. And again, I am a little jealous. A little, not terrible, but I already know I have a little bit in that. I was told that as a kid with my mama. But anyways, that whole friend mess is how my mama and daddy broke up. Okay? There was a friend of the family, and next thing you knew, she was more than a friend to my daddy. Okay? So, yes, I have issues with it. I'm not cool with it. Okay? She was single. He was married. And yeah, I don't know all the ins and outs, but I just know they knew of each other. And next thing they knew, they was more than friends. So I do have a problem with it. So
do you think that has a big, like a big play in why you feel that way?
Yes.
Because of that situation?
Yes.
Like I guess the question would be, do you think that someone with a different experience on that side of things would would feel the same way all the way like that?
You know what? Maybe. I don't know. They would have to be me. Because I feel like I have those feelings anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, even as a kid, it was like, you know, when other kids would see my mom and they'd be like, hey, I'm like, no, that's not your mom. That's my mom. You know, kind of thing. So I don't know if that's necessarily a, you know, me seeing that in that relationship thing, or if that's just a me thing. You know what I mean?
Well, let's be glad that she's not super, super far on that. Hey, that's my... Like,
it's funny because I see it in one of my kids in
really?
class.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about.
I'm
that.
like, golly, was that me as a kid?
I hope not. That's not that.
Well, my mama said I did, and she said she would be holding the baby, and here I came. I walked up to her and tapped her. Was like, you like that baby more than me?
Yeah, that's
terrifying.
Yeah,
it's terrifying to see myself and somebody else's child right in front of me and not understand what to do.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I mean, but here's the thing: the like when it all boils down, I don't think should you be best friends with the opposite sex and you're married, or both of y'all are married, or whatever however you want to configure that. Should you be best friends? Probably not.
Yeah,
like it's just not.
What y'all talking about?
I mean,
what are y'all talking about?
It doesn't even matter. It's just not a good. Like sometimes, what do you call it? There's a scripture in the Bible. Is like, just because it's lawful doesn't mean that it's expedient.
Yeah.
So, or doesn't mean that it's good for you.
Yeah.
So just because you could do it, doesn't necessarily mean it's a good look.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, best friends, no. Are you gonna have people that you know that are opposite sex? Yes. And that's the thing. There should be, you know, maybe boundaries, or, I mean, you shouldn't be, not every day.
Yeah.
Not no all day, every day type stuff. That's, that's ridiculous.
Well, that's where I'm drawing the line. I ain't saying you can't have no coworkers and no,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, but there are people, you know, there are people who are walking around that literally look like weirdos because they, like they're afraid to even talk to their people that they're with every day. Like at work, like you said, at work, stuff like that. Like, you're gonna have to come in contact with someone else. The thing is, keep it right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know what?
I just know that I try. I know I don't do the best in everything, but I try not to do those things that I ask you not to do.
And that's the whole, like, courtesy is one of the greatest things you can have in marriage. And that's a part of being courteous. Like, asking someone to do something that you're not willing to do is, whether you're married or not, or like any kind of relationship, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't even feel right. I wouldn't feel right asking somebody to do something that I in turn wouldn't want to do or can't do, or, you know, not even trying to do. That would just be, that would be too much for me.
It would. So I try not to I don't even intentionally go out and make male friends, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just shoot it down regardless, because I mean, I just feel like you're not here to be my friend. You want to talk to me. So I just don't even pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Unless they are married, and happily married at that. I don't even want to hear the whole girlfriend thing. You know what I mean? Because I ultimately understand what's going on. And again, I don't want to tell you can't have these female friends who are single and, you know, not in a happy relationship or whatever. And then I go around and I got like 4 or 5 friends, you know, male friends on the side. And I'm like, what? Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, I mean, and parents do that all the time, right?
Oh, man.
Which is not good. Not good. But yeah.
So ultimately, what do you think, babe? Do you think that men and women can really just be friends?
Like I said at the very, very beginning of the podcast, yes. And I know it's some people who probably are like, you tripping. But you got to hear what I said throughout the podcast. So yes, but it's all in this right place. So best friends, no, like that's ridiculous. But we've seen countless amounts of people who are able to have great friendships that they're friends before they meet their their partner, their husband or wife, and then they become friends.
Right.
And
That's
then
different.
and all of that. No, it's not different. It's the same. Like that was a male and female.
No, but I'm saying that's different. You bringing them on. I'm talking about bringing on new folks to the party.
I mean, again, that's crossing into like, if you're talking about best friend, no, but like,
All I'm saying, like, rough. I can't kick out your best friend if I just met you. You and your best friend been friends for 15 years before I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of stuff.
I cannot make you choose between me and,
I agree.
and her.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like that kind of stuff.
But if you bring in a new girl and you say, hey, that's my friend, she want to go out and have, drinks or whatever. That's weird.
That's weird.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I ain't saying like you can't have no friends at all, but I'm just saying like these new folks, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are your intentions?
Well, if it's business,
well, that's different. That's different.
Just hang on some hanging out types. I don't even do that with my regular friends. If you want to be real, because I don't know, but yeah, like you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I
like
do.
As far as just some hanging out type stuff, nah.
Yeah, and then I think it also needs to be said that it depends on the person.
This is true.
I mean, like, so Trey feels like men and women can be friends, but I'm gonna tell you why he feels that way. His intentions are not to do anything with another woman, or it may not be. You know what I'm saying? True. But I'm just like,
it's
with other men.
Yeah,
they probably, even though they may never act on it, they probably wish they could. Mm-hmm. And so that's the difference. Like, he doesn't have intentions to do it at all, I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? Like, so of course he feels like, yes, men and women can be friends. He also, I'm just speaking for you. Like, I know what's in your brain.
But this, she's basically right. Like, here's the thing. I've been, even like in my last job, y'all, these people thought I was gay. They thought I was gay because and it wasn't like I didn't want to like make friends or anything like that. I just wasn't going out looking for it. Mm-hmm. Whereas there were other guys there that, they were trying to befriend everyone, and I just wasn't doing that. So it literally got back to me. I remember one of my friends. He came and told me, he was like, "Hey, bro, it's the women in here that they think you're gay because you don't talk to any of these women." And I'm like, I don't know what to say about that because I got a whole wife at the house. Like, but at the end of the day, it's just, look, if you're here for the wrong intentions, I'm pretty sure, even women, I'm pretty sure you can feel like, what that feels like.
Yeah.
Someone coming in for the wrong intentions, or, they might have some kind of backhand. You can feel that. Mm-hmm. So, you just don't entertain it.
Yeah.
And keep
That's
moving.
why I don't entertain it. Plus, I don't know. I just feel like the more that you spend time with somebody, your feelings for them are going to grow. And then me just being emotional, I just know me. Like, if, I don't know. I'm not saying I would, but I see it happening on TV, and I feel like I would probably be that one person. Yeah,
and that comes from a lot of what's happening, today in the world. We talked about it a little bit before, but when you don't know how to express feelings, you get them mixed up. Mm-hmm. So like when the different, like there's 4 different types of love, but when you know that, then you won't confuse the like the erotic love. Mm-hmm. You don't confuse that with agape, or you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, or that, okay, these feelings aren't right, or I know what these feelings are. Mm-hmm. But when you don't know, you just know, oh man, I kind of love this person. Mm-hmm. And then you go and get into bed with them. When really, if you would have really assessed it, that was just on some brotherly love, like, phileo. But again, you got to know that. If you don't know it, you can easily confuse, and then that's where you see people mess up and stuff.
Yeah, I just try not to do that.
Yeah, that is the safe way. If you don't, and just tee it up.
Yeah, the only male friends I have are married.
And
so I meet them through Trey.
I mean, and that's a great way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if everybody in your circle is kind of like y'all, it's pretty safe.
Yeah, because then I know your intentions.
That's the whole
thing. You know what
thing.
I'm saying? Like, oh man, I got in so much trouble for this a couple years ago. But anyways, I look for married friends, and only because like you have this. I mean, not necessarily all of them do, but most of them have the same mindset. They maybe they have kids. They're working towards some goals. They're working a job that they need.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. They got their own house. They they understand real life adult problems.
Right.
And I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, but I feel like single people have a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, you live in a mindset where it's like, can't nobody tell me what to do. Now, I live in that mindset too, but it's within reason. You can't tell me what to do, but I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, being like single, as a single person, I can just imagine that you live by your own rules. And so if you feel like it's okay to sleep around and do drugs and smoke and, party whenever, pass on STDs, we're not going to be good friends. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have the same intentions.
And I really like what you said, because it's true. Like, some people, you don't know how people are raised and how they, like, what they have intended for any kind of situation. Like, how you think about a situation could be totally different. And I don't know, maybe we'll talk about it later or something, but even in a situation that's happened in the news right now with a certain pastor, they, of course they're blowing it up because it was a pastor.
Right.
But I kind of look at it from all different angles, but it's still bad no matter what. But yes, he did have some infidelity. But they interviewed the lady, like the person that he was with, and she was pretty much saying, like, well, he told her that he was married and had kids. Mm-hmm. She knew that. She said, basically, he needed grace.
Yeah.
Or he needed, grace, and that's why. Well, I'm like, you knew though. But then again, that's when it kicked in my mind. Just because she knew that, everyone they don't think the same. Like, that might not have been bad for her to sleep with
a married man, a pastor, a man of God.
Even though she knew it. Mm-hmm. That might not have been that bad for her. Which, for her to go on national TV and say that, obviously it wasn't. But yes, so I agree. You just don't know everyone's intentions. So.
And when I find them out, then you're either on the right path with me, or you're on the left. I don't know. That's just how I run my house in my brain. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
So that was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
I did kind of want to talk about, because we're just switching up the whole rotation today.
Oh.
I wanted to talk about Kevin Hart's stand up.
Oh, okay. What do you want to talk about?
Did y'all watch it?
Interesting.
I know you watched it.
We did.
I'm asking y'all, not him. We watched it. Hey, and did you think it was funny, Trey?
I mean, for me, it was just like a lot of stand-up. Like, it was okay. Like, I thought it was pretty good. I'll put it like this: there were times where it was like, but then there were funny moments. Like, he had quite a few funny jokes, and so I was okay as long as you have a couple of, like, more than 3 in there that I can laugh at and keep going to get me through the whole thing. I'm good. Some people were thrashing it.
I know. I mean, like, first of all, I'm the kind of person who, like, the first time I watch a stand up, I mean, unless it was like,
just trash.
Yeah. I mean, well, not necessarily trash, unless it was just like golden for me. Like, I have to watch it again to actually get the jokes. I don't know why, because I don't know. Sometimes they don't sink in like they should. They just like on the surface. And so, like, when I watched it, I laughed. I walked away with good feelings about it.
But social media have you feeling a certain way.
Was it really that bad?
No.
But I think people just said like they want the old Kevin Hart back.
And that's the
Kevin
thing.
Hart ain't the same man he was back then.
They talking about 10 years. There's a lot that has happened.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude is a whole multi-millionaire.
And it's like,
so
and
stuff
again,
changes.
he said he's in his 40s.
Stuff changes.
The stuff on his mind is different now.
Yeah, and I think that's I think people need to. They don't have the grace that they have with everything else with comedy.
Yeah,
like it's just like.
But I mean,
it needs to be the same every time.
At the same time,
you need to have those same feelings.
Like even with his other stand, I feel like I always hear whispers of people saying that he wasn't even funny then.
Well, yeah,
you know
you always gonna have those people. Yeah, you always gonna have that.
And so like. Now that Dave Chappelle, okay, so this is where I was going with this. Now that Dave Chappelle is back on the scene and he's hitting it so hard these past couple years, like he's kind of changing the way that comedy,
that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
this last little bit that he did, it was like 18 minutes.
Yeah,
Unforgiven on his, he only released it on his Instagram page, but like that's how you see evolution. So the people who are just now seeing. Him, Dave Chappelle, for the first few times now, like they didn't see his sketch show, they didn't see his comedies, his stand-up shows from back then. They're seeing a different Dave than back then.
Right.
But if you've been growing with him, then you just like, yo, this dude is changing up the way comedy is, because pretty much it's storytelling, and he is a master storyteller. And so anytime you can do that, he can turn literally situations that just happened that probably were 5 minutes, and he just stretched it out. Like one of the jokes or one of the points he was making in that Unforgiven was when the guy stole his joke.
Yes.
Like, that probably was like, I don't know, a 2-minute conversation. The dude wanted to buy his joke since he was telling it. Dave was like, nah, man, I don't have a lot of material. I need that joke.
Money. I need that money.
And the dude was like, I'll just take it then. Like, I offered to give you $50, but if you don't want to take the $50, I'll just take the joke. But that wasn't that long. But again, the way he can tell stories is just, I take notes on his storytelling bit, because I want to be a master storyteller like that. One of these days. And so it was just, it was a masterpiece. But again, there's some people who would see that and like, I didn't see any joke in any of that.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that's how people felt about Kevin Hart's stand-up, because I feel like Dave Chappelle is changing the way that, like he's letting comedians, he's helping comedians. He's helping comedians to be honest. They can talk about politics.
Yes.
Not that they never have, but in a different way.
Right.
Like before, they would just kind of brush past it a little bit and then skirt back over to the funny stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like he goes in, he making fun of everybody. He ain't just throwing rocks at certain people. He throwing them at everybody.
Don't matter.
And that's kind of what that's what I noticed. I noticed that Kevin Hart was kind of trying to do that. Yeah. He was trying to make a pivot, because he is not just a grown man. He's an adult. He's a wise man, a wise father with kids and in the home. Yeah, he wants to build a legacy. Hey, he doesn't want to just be known as that little funny man. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like you got to change it up a little bit.
Which mark my words, when he starts, like even those same people are probably used to him, used to seeing him in those comedy movies or rom-com. So then when he starts venturing into action and
what was the name
serious,
of that movie?
I don't know, the one with the dude in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
I know that one was a good movie, but I
don't think a lot of people like that one either.
But you have people who will say, well, why is he not doing comedy? Like, that was terrible.
The Upside.
Yeah,
that was a great movie.
The Upside was amazing. And it really showed some of his acting skills. But people will glaze over that because they always want you to be who you were.
Woo.
Which is sad.
It's
sad. So either way, the greats, though, they know how to push through the noise and continue doing it until it becomes the norm. The norm.
And he basically said that. He was like, I don't care. Well, he said more than that.
Oh.
A couple bleeps.
Yeah, well, you know.
But either way, I'm like, dude, I think what he understands now is like, y'all gonna hate it or love it.
That's it.
And either way, it's out there. And so you're gonna take it or leave it.
Yeah. And I mean, ultimately, negative and positive is still good because it's gonna get a view.
Yeah.
It's gonna get some money. I did too. Like I said, there's very few that have like literally bangers, like, gut busting jokes through the whole thing. So I mean, I always come in thinking, well, if I can get a couple out or like a couple good laughs, or I can make it through the whole thing, I'm good. I thought it was all right. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
So,
well, if y'all looking for another one to watch by a different person, his name is David Arnold. It's the stand up on Netflix. It's called Fat Ballerina.
I don't even know what it was called. I just know it was good.
Is ridiculous. Yeah. But anyways, I thought he was funny. He was somebody I wasn't looking for, but he popped up on my recommended, and I watched that, and I cracked up the entire time.
Watched that a couple times. And then come to find out, he's behind the scenes on a lot of the stuff that we don't know about. So, but that's how you have. That's how you find those gems.
Check him out. All right. Well, that's all for our episode today, y'all.
That's gonna do it.
Let us know if y'all like this new format.
Yeah, let us know. Well, look, we're trying it out at the beginning, so then when we, across the nation with something that's really solidified, y'all who are here in the beginning, the H Squad, the inner circle, y'all seen the progression. So let us know if this one was cool. By the way, if you're new here, man, we appreciate you for listening.
Hey.
Like, thank you. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, let us know how we're doing. That's how we can keep working on what we're doing and getting better. So just leave us a review. By the way, we would love to hear from you about any topics that you want us to discuss or just to get our advice on. You can send us an email at HDYLoveme@gmail.com, or you can just DM us on IG at HDYLM_podcast. Or if that's literally too much work, just leave us a voicemail at 682-231-0848. If you want to see what's going on over here, always just go to the website HDYLM.com. Remember, it's always grand gratitude over here. That's high thinking, strong faith, simple living, smart work. That being said, peace.
Bye.